Principle number 5, base milestones on objective evaluation of working systems. Now, first let's understand what is milestone. Many times milestones are made to measure progress. Milestones are made to take a feedback and take a kind of a critical look on how we are doing in our product development. And milestone also helps various stakeholders collaborating together and looking at things together. Now, many times traditionally, these milestones were supported, the data or the information which gets shared in these milestones were very subjective information, like how many tasks has been completed, where do we stand in our requirement. They were not giving the complete working system's status. And when we don't get a complete working system, feedback are also not coming at that level, which may result into delay in the feedback and delay in discovering of the issues as well. Now, this is something well understood in the Agile world, and that is the reason even in the Agile, one of the principle clearly says that working systems is the only measurement of progress. We should not be creating that, yeah, this particular document has been created and start appreciating ourselves. We are doing good in the project. Whenever we want to look at our product development, we should focus on how are we doing in a piece of a system which we have in our hand. Now, Scaled Agile Framework, now let's talk about SAFe specifically, is also stressing on the same thing. And they are using the term system rather than a working software, because you may have various other components also other than software alone. So how does this thing will get converted into various practices? Whenever you want to talk about how we are doing for this particular system development, the conversation should start with a critical look on what we have in our hand, which is a working system. Now, the working system can only be looked at when you have a working system. And the principle number 4 is reminding us, the previous one, that we should continuously integrate and have an evaluatable working system ready all the time. So this principle also feeds to building things incrementally, because when we build things incrementally, we can also objectively evaluate them incrementally. And when we are objectively evaluating them incrementally, we can decide how to go forward. We may drop some of those ideas which we see are not working as per expectation, which is like assume variability and preserve option may also come into the picture. And the whole conversation is about system. It is not about the part. So the system thinking is also applied here. So this particular principle is reminding us that stakeholder should be communicated with the help of system demonstrations. They can look at various reports. Many times stakeholder might be coming from traditional way of working. They may have an habit of looking at report. Sometimes they ask for reports, but when we are working in a skilled environment, we may still give them various data-based reports, which might be useful for them for making various decisions. But we should also coach, communicate, mentor them to look at the working system as the first way to evaluate how we are doing for our customer value delivery, for our overall systems goal. So as a Scaled Agile team, as a software development team member, or as a system team development team member, or as a Scrum Master or release train engineer, we need to promote looking at objective evaluation of working system as a first metrics and as a first thing when we want to know how we are doing. Now, to support that, you have a various demonstration, various event planned in Scaled Agile Framework. You have a team level events, you have Agile release train level events, and those Agile release train events may also involve people from portfolio and other sites where they look together the complete working system, and then they may have their own feedback and evaluation, and for that they may look at various matrices also, which are also provided in Scaled Agile Framework. There is a complete detail or a tab related to metrics which you can find on big picture. But with all the data, the working system should be considered as a primary thing when you are measuring progress.